Hey, everybody, welcome back to another amazing edition of RE Geeks podcast. We're going to be talking about NAR, RPR, and their scripting abilities. Now, this is something that took me by storm when I learned about it just a little while ago. This is something that's going to change your life. Now, all of us know we need to be making videos. Michael Fielden, the founder of RE Geeks, this guy is a master of all trades. And he turned me on to this thing. And if anyone goes and says, well, I want to make a video, but I don't know what to say. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is going to change your world. Pay attention, take a pen, use a piece of paper. You millennials, get your thumbs ready, get out there and start typing on your smartphone because this is going to help you become omnipresent around your marketplace. Michael, take it away, brother. What do we got?
Thanks, Greg. Hey, just so y'all know, put your pens and papers down. This, Greg, is a recording. They can watch it over and over and over again.
God, I hope so, because you know what? I'm just scratching the surface on it myself. And what I'm learning from this thing is that it's going to take away all the fear. You're not going to mumble and fumble around in regards to what you're going to say. It's concise. It's really right in front of you. All you have to do is just follow the big footprints, and you're going to be able to get to where you want to be and be able to communicate with your community and your past clients and your future clients.
Yep. All right, Greg, we're going to jump right into this. I'm going to share my screen here real quick. And I have logged in to the NAR benefit. So if you are a member of NAR, you have access to this through your MLS, and it is called RPR, Realtors Property Resource. And the URL is narrpr.com. And we're not here to do a demo today. Greg and I already talked about that this morning. If you need information, they have tons of training. But I do want to point out what Greg and I were actually talking about where this started is they have a section for research. And it's pretty broad. You have a variety of ways that you can look at all this information. You can do property searches, map searches. I'm going to jump right into this residential market trends.
So Michael, walk me through this very quickly for the folks who are just listening to us. So you're at the top search area. We have home, research, marketing, reports, help, learn, and my work. So the second one is going to be research, correct?
Correct. Yep. And if you don't know how to use this, Greg, they have a learn option, and they will train you in how to use all this right in the system.
Wow.
But for those of you that have used an MLS, this should be pretty basic, right? Do a property search, prospecting. You want to do all of these things. It is an endless amount of information for you. For those of you that are working with small and indie boutique brokerages, this will even allow you to create a custom, personalized with your photo and your information CMA. So you have a great, powerful tool in their reporting section, and the reports are accessible right up here. You have a full variety: property reports, property flyers, seller report, mini property report. It's endless. And we can talk about these if you guys are interested. We can bring these in one by one. We can even invite people from RPR. They're here to help, and they will help you learn and teach us through the process. So jumping back to where we were, what Greg and I got really excited about is I actually started this up because I needed to respond to something. And I said, God, I need some market information for San Francisco. So I jumped in, I clicked on residential market trends, and you come up with this screen. You can search by county, zip code, or neighborhood. In this case, I am just going to type in San Francisco. Okay. It's going to come up with some information for you. Key details, months of inventory, sold to list price, median sold price. It's going to give you an idea of what we're looking at. And then they give you graphs, estimated property value, new listings, shows you what the trends are. Okay. Obviously becoming more of a seller's market here. Okay. We keep going. Active listings are way down. Okay, January 25, we are way down. And that is in price, of course, that we're talking about for this.
All marketplaces kind of taking a dip in pricing at this exact moment. But the incredible thing is that you have so much data. You can print this report out. I use the mini property report on a consistent basis when I go to listing appointments because it's not like 1,000 pages long, but it has a lot of the stats. But Michael, let's get into the meat.
Let's get into
Show
the
me
meat.
the good news because
Okay.
there's some amazing stuff here.
So what you will notice on here is you have the ability to print all of this information. You can share the information, and they have a new button here, guys. AI is taking over to help you use this information. When I click create script, I now have an option. I can choose my tone, whether I want it professional or friendly or engaging. I can choose who my audience is. I can create a video script,
Show me a
a
video script. Show
social
me a video script.
campaign, or analyze the metrics. When we click on this, the AI is going to go out and it's going to build a script, including instructions on what you should actually be doing.
God, that's awesome.
Okay. And for those of you that are like, I still don't know what to do, guys, RPR is telling you right here, right? Opening shot, get somebody to record you. They put my name standing in front of a beautiful neighborhood home. Okay. That's telling you what to do. Okay. So go outside, use your own home if you have to. Nobody cares. It's just a house.
Mhm.
Right. And then you start. Hello, I'm Michael Fielden, a realtor here in San Francisco, California. Today, I'll be providing you with a market update for January of 2025. Now, I'm going to have Greg read the same thing, and I want you to listen closely when we talk about video to the tone and the excitement and the way he reads this, because it's still better than me. I think he goes through this and he puts it out there in a way that it would present on video. So, Greg, just read off that first sentence the way you would do it on your video.
Okay, not a problem at all. So, guys, there's when it comes to doing video, your favorite actor or actress, they portray a certain characteristic on camera, but they're different when they're at home, right? So, right now, my tonality is at this point. I call it tone neutral. Now, listen to the difference because you have to be bigger than life when you go on camera, have fun, and enjoy the experience. It doesn't matter what you think, just have fun doing it. So, here's an example. Hey guys, Greg McDaniel with EXP Realty. I'm a local realtor here in San Francisco. What a beautiful city. You know, I'm going to be showing you guys a few things here, and I'm also going to be providing you guys a market update for 2025. End script.
Okay, so you guys see the difference, right? There is a lot of stuff that you can add and supplement to this and still get amazing, if not better, results. But it's going to walk you through this whole process. It even puts the stats in here. So all you have to do is go down to the bottom and say export to PDF or export to a text file, print it out, and take it with you wherever you're going to go film.
And here's a quick little tip for you guys. If you're going to export this out, put it on bigger print like form, and then take a piece of paper and a piece of tape it to the bottom of your camera when you're going to be if you're going to have it on like a tripod or something like that, so you can read off exactly the bullet points off of this, so you don't have to second guess it. That's one of the things that I've done for years and years and years, and most people do that. I mean, everybody has teleprompters on mainstream TV. That's how they get their words perfect. You're not going to be perfect, but here's the cool thing: you have the backbone, the outline of what you can do and how to do it, what to say, where to put it. This is a no-brainer in regards to creating content for your marketplace. He or she who creates content wins. If he or she who does not create content will ultimately lose. RPR is giving you guys everything you need. Please take advantage of it. Michael, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, do you see a lot of people? You and I work together for 20 plus years. I mean, we've done 1,000 videos together. People are always afraid.
I don't see people using this, and they're always scared. And I'm going to touch a little bit about what you said, Greg. I would encourage you to get rid of the paper and not attach it to the bottom. There are apps for your iPhone and your iPad that will do a teleprompter so you can look at your phone and record yourself while reading on the screen. So it will look like a teleprompter, and it's easier on an iPad, but you can go out and get a $30, $40 selfie stick or tripod and have your own teleprompter and recorder to do it all. Put it eye height so that people can see you and the information around you, and away you go. Now, when we talk about RPR, this is something that's been around for years, and I've always been a huge uh, proponent of this because they have a amazing market statistic report that I use as part of my CMA. And I do that because I'm in the heart of Silicon Valley, and most of my clients are engineers or tech people that are just craving information. And I'd much rather give them all that information and present it early on, so that I get it out there. What I like about what we're looking on this script writer is we're going to talk a little bit more about what they have, because you'll notice that we did the video script. You also have a way to analyze the metrics. So I showed you in the beginning the charts and the graphs. Now we can put that into words, right?
Hmm.
So we have an easy way to read into this. And this is something that you can put in a newsletter. You can share it. You can even change this language a bit. I'm going to move this over to their friendly and casual model. And the information that you see changes. It's not drastic, but you'll notice that it's, hey there, buyers and sellers. Let's break down those real estates. It's very casual and easy to read. Okay. And if you're putting out a newsletter, this is wonderful, easy content for you to add. If you're not putting out a newsletter, get on it. Okay. You're behind. And we could talk about email marketing at some point. Greg, that might be a good topic for one of our next shows so that we have that information out there. But again, go ahead.
The interesting part about this is that Michael, since you export it, through multiple different opportunities here, Word doc, Excel, copy the text, so on and so forth. Like Michael was saying, for newsletters, social media posts once a month, once a week, whatever it is, you can take this content. Don't have to think about it. Copy, paste it into your social media platforms, post it into stories, reels, whatever, pick your platform, right? Might even go to, LinkedIn or something like that. Cause I think this information would be really good on LinkedIn, probably the professional side of that. Post it there and then have a link back to your website where people can learn a little bit more about you and just enjoy the ability to be visible without having to be, beating your head against the wall. Because a lot of us, me personally, I'm a dyslexic and ADHD individual. So doing the research drives me banana cakes. This is a godsend in my world because I can just take it, repost it, and become an aficionado of that local marketplace and allow the buyers and sellers to come directly to you versus trying to hunt them down and doing the research and the data searching and the back searching and blah, blah, blah. It's a nightmare. This is awesome. But there's also social media campaign,
But
right?
wait, Greg, you don't have to.
There's more.
There's more. Get your special pillow, right? Okay. They also have social campaigns. And I hear all the time, what do I post on social media? What do I post, Greg? Greg, what should I post?
Something interactive.
Here it is. Okay. We still have that friendly, casual tone, which is probably best for your social media, but they're giving you 3, 4 topics that you can use. So here's, 4 posts that you can put in there. Attention buyers and sellers. Did you know that currently only 1.99 months of supply are on the market? Okay, these are things that people want to know. And as you change that to being more professional, and we go back to social campaigns here, it does change this so that it's your more traditional. So if you work with other markets, this is the way to do it. Okay. The other thing that I really like about this, one of the tones that they give you the option to do is engaging. And not enough people out there are focusing on engagement. And Greg, I know you do this really well, but I think a lot of people miss asking questions or trying to drive people to be responsive to your social media posts. These engaging posts are designed to start a conversation. And Greg, you've told me many times, why do we start the conversation?
I'm sorry, I'm distracted because I'm reading this and it's fascinatingly awesome. But it is true. I mean, you always be curious and ask questions. If somebody asks you a question, you answer and then you ask another question back to them. But this is phenomenally interesting. So, I mean, if you just say, "Hey, Michael, how's your day going?" That's great, Greg. Okay, what's your thoughts on the real estate market? You give an answer. Have you thought about buying or selling? You give an answer. What would stop you from buying or selling today or tomorrow or next month or this year? But now we're engagement. It's called going three deep. So you ask one question, two questions. The third question is going to be where the real answer is. So getting this, getting these topics and really going deep on them is going to get you you're going to humanize yourself with your clientele and your future clientele because you're interested in their wants, their needs, their desires, their goals versus yours. But this is a phenomenal framework.
Yeah. And I think that you had told me at one time, Greg, the advantage of asking somebody a question is the minute they ask you a question, you become the expert.
Yeah.
And if you're leading this conversation, and especially if you're bringing information to the table, what does 1.99 months of inventory really mean? What is that in units? Is that apply to my market? One of the nice things about the research tool in RPR is you can also search by zip codes. So you get a lot of information in an easy, digestible way, searched the way you want it to be searched.
Michael, something just popped in my mind really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about the social media campaigns or, whatever you want to do with this data points
Yep.
that are super concise. Think about this. Let's say you're going to go to a property listing at 123 Main Street and anywhere USA, right?
Yep.
And you're like, I don't know how to do the research. I don't know my data points. I don't know blah, blah, blah. Get in here, take some bullet point notes on this stuff, and then you can go out and you can spitball like, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, in this area, you have 1.99 months of inventory, which means in 2 months, less than 2 months, all the homes are going to be sold with the absorption rate, which means we have a high buyer activity here in the area, which means we're getting 102.6% of our listing price for our sellers. Would that offend you if we could get that price point for you, if it makes sense? And they're like, wow, because all of a sudden you sound really stinking smart. And all you did is read the script and take
Yeah.
some memory notes and write some stuff down. And you just talk them through this because they don't know, guys. Yes, they have Zillow, they have RedX, they have not RedX, excuse me, Redfin, they have a bunch of other different platforms, but you are their ultimate resource in regards to content and market knowledge. You spout off a couple of these bullet points the RPR has provided for you. You're going to sound like a genius when you go to those listing appointments, and you're going to beat your competition.
Yeah. 100%. Hey, Greg, I know we've talked about this before, but you're like the cold calling king in my little world.
Mhm.
Can we quickly walk through a scenario here where you're relatively new to the business? Okay. You're nervous. You haven't had any success. Let's call it you're 6 months in, you haven't sold a home. And you've decided it's time to fish or cut bait. You listen to one of our videos, you look at our RPR, and you get into this section, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to call sellers today, and I'm going to make something happen.
Okay.
What are you going to do, Greg? You're 6 months. This is hard, right? So I know that for you, it rolls right off. But for somebody like me that doesn't cold call, my first call, what am I going to do with this information, and how am I going to use it?
Okay. So it's very simple. What I would do if I was in the hypothetical shoes that you're walking in, right?
Mhm.
I would do this. My script would be something like this. Hey, Michael, my name is Greg. I'm a realtor here in the San Jose, San Francisco marketplace. I'm calling around some of my neighbors here, and I just want to let you guys know that our market is burning up super fast in regards to inventory. We only have less than 2 months of inventory, which means we have a ton of buyer inquiries. I was wondering, would it offend you if you were to get a fair or above market price for your home? Would you think about potentially selling? And then you let them answer, right? Well, what do you mean? Well, in the last 12 months, Our inventory has dropped 43.14%, which means the buyers are out there and they're dying to buy something, but they just can't find anything to buy. I mean, if I could drop a bag of cash at your feet right now, what number would be in that bag that would entice you to potentially think about making a move? There it is.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I'm still not going to do it. But hey, I'm going to do a shameless plug. Greg and I are starting a business called Living the Business, and it's going to be a detailed set of information about how to use tools like this. And most importantly, it's about how to translate what you're reading about and what you're doing into dollars in your pocket.
Yeah.
Because there's a reason Greg and I are teamed up together. I get the technology. I don't want to call anybody. Okay. I don't want to talk to people. I just want to get, I want the business to come in. I want them to find me. I don't necessarily want to, do that schmoozy stuff. Greg's going to teach you how to do the stuff that actually makes you money. Okay. And that's what I like about what we're presenting in living the business. So look forward to that coming soon. Greg, let's just real quick as we leave this section. You want to just do a quick, I've set this up to be an engaging sellers, video audience is the sellers, tone type. And I'm going back to this video script and I'm wondering if just talk one more time because people don't like doing video. And what I really want you to cover here is the hurdle that I and many people in my sphere face. Greg, I don't like the way I look on video.
Mhm.
I don't know what to wear. I don't know how to do my hair. My glasses are foggy. I don't know how to stand. Can you run us through the 35-second explanation of how we get this rolling? And I've put the script up here for everybody. Again, we're in my name, but this is designed, Greg, engaging for sellers. What kind of video are you going to do? What's your model?
Okay. So let's go over it. Let's tackle a couple things very, very quickly. Number one, everybody's going to hate how you look and you're going to really hate how you sound. The wonderful thing is that you have friends and family, loved ones, that care about you. They already know how you look and what you sound like. When I first started doing video, I couldn't believe how I sounded. It was atrocious in my mind, right? But I got over it because nobody else cared. So stop caring about what you think other people are going to think about you. Start creating content. You can be a green Martian from Mars. As long as you bring value to their life, they're going to listen and watch you. There's a bunch of people I watch on YouTube that I think they sound kind of funny, but you know what? The content they bring on different variety of subjects, I find very valuable. So I keep watching and listening to them, right? So number one, get out of your own way. Number two, make it entertaining, educational, and fun. Just enjoy the time shooting. Yes, can be intimidating. Here's the number one thing. Whenever you look at somebody in the face, right? You're not looking at both of their eyes. You're looking at generally one eye. So the camera has one eye. Look directly into it and think of it just as a human being and say, hey, Michael, Greg McDaniel here with blah, blah, blah Realty here in XYZ Anywhere USA. Hey, I'm coming to talk to you guys about what the absorption rate. What's an absorption rate? An absorption rate is how many homes are going to be sold or purchased in the next month. Now, or months. Right now in San Francisco, we have 1.99 months, which means less than 2 months of inventory is going to be on the market. So there's an opportunity for you folks. If you guys want to get your property sold for the highest and best price with the best terms, you need to contact me. My information is right here below at abc blah, 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 and my number is 123-456-7810. Give me a call. Let's have a conversation. I look forward to seeing you, and thank you for watching my videos. See you on the next one. It's how do I say this? It's taking yourself out of yourself and becoming bigger than who you are. Now, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be a little bit weird. You're not going to feel all that, confident about it, but you will build into this. Just think of your favorite actor or actress. Just get that in there in your mind. Like, one of my favorite actors is Ryan Reynolds. That guy is funny as all get out, right? Now, does he go home to his wife and his kids and he's cracking jokes all the time? No, no, not at all. He's has a grumpy day, bad day, good day, whatever day. But you know what? When he gets on camera, just like you guys are, we're on a stage. You are showmen and show women. Get out there and show me what you got. Give me some entertainment. Make me engage with you a little bit. That will make the difference on all levels.
Okay. So you missed a couple things.
Well, of course I do. That's me.
Okay. And first off, I think Ryan Reynolds is going home to Blake Lively.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting.
And I think his life is different than mine. But that being said, what do I wear?
You wear whatever you're comfortable in wearing. So one of the things when I first started out, when I was doing real estate 25 years ago, 26 years ago now, I tried to copy my dad. I did the same hair combing. I did the same shirts. I wore the same cologne. I wore the same slacks. I literally wore the same shoes, penny loafers. And yes, I did have pennies on my penny loafers.
That's
And I hated how I looked. I hated how I felt. So then I started becoming my own person and I developed my own personality and I was honest with people about it. So when I go to listing appointments now, when it comes to wearing and what should you wear what's authentic to you. And whatever that is, if you're in a metropolitan downtown somewhere and you want to wear a three-piece suit, wear the three-piece suit. You have to match your clientele. If you're living on a lake community, board shorts and flip-flops, showing up in a boat on their dock. Do that. For me, I wear a baseball hat, like where you guys can see me right now with generally a hoodie, jeans, and tennis shoes on. I have never had a problem with showing up to listing appointments dressing like that. I even bring my dogs with me to listing appointments. And every single time I've not lost a listing because of them, because I tell them how I'm going to show up. So tell your public and your viewers who you are, how you want to represent yourself. Once you do that, there's not going to be any guessing. And if they don't like you, they don't like that, then they're not your right client. Then move on. Because if they're not going to like you in the beginning, they're not going to like you in the middle, and then they're not going to like you at the end. So show up authentically, no matter what. Hopefully, I help answer your question.
Yep. Okay, so when you're doing your video, you're not gonna dress up. You're not gonna step it up a notch.
No, so again, it goes back to being authentically who you are.
Okay.
You mean you show who you are at a core value, people will resonate with you. I mean, I've listed multi-million-dollar homes, and I showed up in a t-shirt, jeans, and flip-flops. And people are like, rock and roll. I'm like, hey guys, I'm super casual. Do you mind if I'm going to be a little casual today? They're like, dude, we're casual people too. I actually had a client of mine. We were looking at about a $4 million property. And this is a couple of years ago. Very ritzy neighborhood. I'll tell you off air where it was. You'll know exactly where this is. And I'm like, hey man, I'm going to come a little casual. And I show up and he says, what the F, bro? Where are the board shorts? I thought you were going to be casual. And I was wearing like nice khaki shorts with a polo shirt, stuff like that. But people want authenticity.
Yes.
Once you're authentic with who you are, you will win. My good buddy Stefan Adika, agent out of Central Coast, he has a giant tattoo on his hand. 805. He's an old ex rock and roll star, and he took his wife's cover up makeup and put it on his hand and tried to disguise who he was or who he is and put a suit on. He looked like a clown. All right. And he's sweating his rear end off, and they're trying to sell him on religion. He's trying to sell him, on real estate. It didn't work out that well. And I said, Stefan, stop being someone who you're not. Be who you are. Embrace your personality. He's like, okay, I got it. And he did it. So that should answer your question in regards to how to dress for your videos. Do not be boring. Do not be cardboard. I mean, be yourself. Show me personality. I want to get to know you. And that's when I'll do business with you.
Okay. Sweet. All right. I know we had a lot of stuff that we were going to talk about today, but we're pushing up against that 30-minute mark. So I think we should call it a wrap for today and pick up our topics again next week. Hopefully everybody got something out of NAR RPR and listening to Greg tell us how to do this and get some results.
Also, guys, don't forget, living the business. Michael and I will be pushing this out very, very soon. This is something that you guys can put into your business on a very, 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 very quick basis to make some more money for yourselves 2025, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, into infinity. This is going to be something that's going to be evergreen that you guys can always use, and we'll always be updating it with the most recent trends, tech, everything. So you guys are going to be able to be a step ahead of your competition. So keep in mind, look for the links that Michael will put up there, and we'll make you guys a couple of extra dollars to go maybe have that dream vacation that you guys have always been dreaming of.
I want a vacation.
I want a vacation too. Dang it.
Damn. All right, Greg, thank you very much, everybody. Thanks for joining in, and we'll see you on the next show next week.
Deuces.
Peace. No deuces.